Human body on average is about 75% water. Okay, they say the liver is about 90%, kidney 83%, the spleen 76%, which they'll take from you and produce stem cells so they can grow new technologies that come from you. The brain 85, between 95%, I think that's a little bit low here. The heart 79%, intestines 75%, cells 85%, lungs 79%, skin 72%, blood 83%, muscle 76%, and bone 35%.
What website is that?
Examiner.com. Yeah. And again, when we go back to, the ancestors, and they speak about the waters of the Nu, right? They knew that black space out there was like a watery substance. That's how we know it's a womb, right? So it's a watery substance. So water, some form of it, has been around for a very long time. All right. When there is insufficient water, every bodily function suffers and the body begins to ration water. Okay? Sometimes our body is more intelligent than our brain. You know what I mean? Because remember, your mind is throughout your whole body. Every cell contains your mind. So sometimes our body is more intelligent than we are. The body understands what it needs, and sometimes we don't. Long-term water rationing leads to premature aging and disease. According to the Mayo Clinic, the average adult loses more than 10 cups of water every day simply by breathing, perspiring, and eliminating waste. Dehydration results when we don't replace all the water that is used by our body during the day. Chronic dehydration occurs when small amounts of water are not replaced day after day. Researchers estimate that 50 to 75% of Americans are chronically dehydrated without even knowing it. So most of us walking around dehydrated and we don't even know it, right? More than half, almost 3/4 of, and you can see by what they're consuming. You can see by what the American diet, the sad diet is. And now they have other people adopting this diet. You got the China and Japan, you're going to see Burger King and McDonald's now. So they have other people following behind this foolishness. And now these other countries are developing diseases that they previously didn't have to deal with, until following Americans. Symptoms of dehydration are often mistaken for illness. Thus, it is important to know the 12 common symptoms of dehydration. All right? And this is a good one, because a lot of times we really think, we have problems or we have some type of illness, and it's really, you're just thirsty, And if you're waiting until you get thirsty to drink water,
guess what?
You're dehydrated already. All right? If you consume the amount of fruit and vegetables, and then we'll go into the water, because water is a very tricky thing now. You know what I mean? In terms of what waters to buy and what waters we should drink. That gets very tricky now. And you'll hear many, many things. So let's talk about this 12 common symptoms. Constipation. You know what I mean? Constipation. Look, I had to go here because this is how I do. But now I was a little boy, and I remember I was on the toilet. I couldn't go. You know what I'm saying? And my grandmother came in with a little cup of prune juice. Right? Yeah, she came in with a little cup of prune juice to try to get my bowels moving. When in reality, I was just dehydrated. Drinking on Pepsis. Eating on burgers as a kid. So no wonder I couldn't move. I'm trying to move a burger. I'm trying to move beef through a system that was not made for it, right? And I'm dehydrated, so I don't even have enough water to help it flow and move. And I'm sitting there trying to get this cow out of my body. Come on, man, we do some crazy things. Constipation. When dehydrated, the colon removes more water than normal in order to provide fluid for other critical parts of the body. So that's the body rationing water like we talked about. So the body will take water from one part of the body and say, look, you need some here, you need some there. Ration out the water. Now you don't have enough in your colon to move your bowels properly. So constipation, drink some water. You won't be full of shit. Fatigue. And listen, being full of shit, there's so many diseases that are labeled under just full of shit. You know what I'm saying? There's many, illnesses that we think we have. We're really just full of shit. Straight up. Fatigue. Water is the signal source of energy in the human body. Fatigue is one of the earliest signs of dehydration. So again, water. I can go days without eating. First of all, oxygen, right? I can only go but a few minutes without oxygen, right? And we know what's in the oxygen. Okay, it's electricity. A lot of people think food is our main source of energy. It is not. It's down on the scale. Down on the scale, right? Oxygen is much higher, much more important. I've gone days myself without eating. As long as I can breathe, I'm fine. Next would be water. After oxygen, okay? Water. I can go days without eating. How long can you go without water? Okay? So we think that energy comes in the food we eat. But if you're in the gym and you see somebody trying to get that last, rep in, what do? First, before they do that, because they under the joint, they breathe first. You know what I mean? They breathe. You know what I mean? They don't say, yo, hand me a piece of that steak so I can throw this up there. They and breathe. Because you're getting those electrons. And a chain of electrons is electricity. So the same as water. Water is what? Hydrogen and oxygen. So if you get enough water, you get in the oxygen. You know what I'm saying? And what's in that oxygen is what's giving us that energy. And that's that electricity. Those electrons and that electricity. Joint problems. Cartilages, mainly water. Dehydration weakens cartilage and delays repair. So again, we get old, right? Everything hurts. I was told, and they teach this, I don't know, not in universities, I hope not, but maybe your parents and your grandparents, they teach you, after you get a certain age, your bones just ache, Your bones just ache. Yeah, maybe your calculation was right at that certain age, because that's maybe how many years of you being dehydrated for your cartilage and your bones to start weakening. Digestive disorders. Dehydration reduces the secretion of digestive juices, which, that also goes into constipation because we're simply not digesting the food properly, and can lead to acid reflux, ulcers, and gastritis. Acid reflux, ulcer, and gastritis. All these things simply from being dehydrated, not drinking enough water. Number 4, digestive disorder. Oh, here it is. Digestive disorder. So, and again, also, that's a two-way street too. So, I often talk about don't drink and eat at the same time, because water will also dilute your digestive juices, making it too weak to actually break down the food itself. So